Meeting you begins by showing a high school teenage girl named Xia Rui who is getting ready to go to school after having breakfast with her grandparents. She is a clumsy and slow girl, but she is known to be very friendly and cheerful. That morning, Xia Rui was late for school and had to go to the school's back door so her teacher wouldn't find out. But she accidentally collides with a teenage boy named Nan Xi, a new student at her school. He is the son of a rich and educated family, but he has a social anxiety disorder, making it difficult for him to interact with others. When Xia Rui was about to apologize to him, he immediately left her without saying anything. After arriving at the school's back fence, Xia Rui tried to climb up secretly so that her teacher wouldn't notice that she was late. However, it turns out that her teacher and the students of the disciplinary committee had already been on guard at the school's back fence, so she was caught. For her negligence, Xia Rui was scolded and sentenced by the teacher, while Nan Xi, who was late, did not get any punishment, so she became annoyed. While in class, the homeroom teacher walked in with Nan Xi, who looked nervous and shy as he kept his head down. When asked to introduce himself, he didn't say a word and just wrote his name on the class blackboard. Nan Xi started attending school like other students, even though he still couldn't interact much with the students in his class. His personality is the opposite of Xia Rui, who is very sociable and has many friends. She has two best friends named Zhao Yishu, a cute girl with glasses, and Cheng Lu, a boy. Then during math class, a female teacher asked a very difficult question for the students to solve. Xia Rui took the opportunity to prank Nan Xi by telling the teacher that he could answer the question. However, as it turned out, he was a very intelligent student, so he could easily solve the problem with a perfect answer. One day, Nan Xi sees Xia Rui's necklace, which is very similar to the necklace he gave to a little girl who had been his childhood friend. The little girl is his first friend who always accompanies him when others keep avoiding him. Before they parted, he purposely gave the little girl a necklace, and they promised to take care of each other. While Xia Rui was sleeping in class, Nan Xi secretly looked at her forehead to see if she had the same scar as the scar that his childhood friend had. After seeing a scar on her forehead, he concluded that she was his childhood friend who had been separated for a long time and had lost contact each other. That day, Xia Rui and her two best friends were hanging out at a cafe they used to visit together. She often learns to make coffee there because she has an interest in making coffee and once desired to become a barista. Before she left the cafe, she purposely left her phone number with the cashier at the cafe so that if the cafe needed an intern barista, they could contact her. Nan Xi, who happened to come to the cafe, saw the number given by Xia Rui and decided to memorize the number so that he could call her. After arriving home, Nan Xi immediately called Xia Rui, but she thought the number was her regular cafe owner. Xia Rui's academic grades were not very good at school, so her mother asked her to go abroad after high school graduation because her grades would not allow her to enter a domestic university. Hearing this, she immediately refused her mother's request because she wanted to stay in China with her friends. She promised that she would try to improve her grades at school so that she could continue her studies at a national university with her friends. A few days before the English exam was held, Nan Xi secretly placed a note of English material on Xia Rui's desk so that he could help her pass the exam this time. She found the notebook and began to study hard using the notes until she finally got a pretty good score on this exam. After the exams, Xia Rui and her best friend found out who the notebook belonged by matching the handwriting of every student in their class. After learning that Nan Xi's handwriting was very similar to the writing in the notebook given to her, she realized that he was the one who had been in contact with her all this time. The next day, Xia Rui took Nan Xi to meet at the city park at night. When she met him, she thanked him for helping her pass the English exam the other day so she could get good grades. Before Xia Rui went home, Nan Xi gave her a box containing a twin necklace from her necklace. After seeing the necklace, she immediately realized that he was her childhood friend, and she felt guilty for not being able to recognize him before. Since then, Nan Xi has become closer with Xia Rui and her other friends, even though he still can't converse much with her friends. They spend a lot of time together because she has asked him to be her tutor after school. Over time, Nan Xi began learning to express his feelings and interact with other classmates. Thanks to Xia Rui, he now has a friend to have lunch with and share stories with. Time passed, and the day of the university entrance examination was finally held. Throughout the exam, Xia Rui looked worried. She felt that she would not be able to pass the national university entrance exam because her test scores were still very low. And her worries came true. Xia Rui was declared unsuccessful when she and the others checked their university entrance exam results at their favorite cafe. However, Xia Rui's friends still support her and try to help her pass the written university entrance exam, where the exam is another way to get into university besides using school test scores. Xia Rui's tryout test results got pretty good scores, so she still hoped to get a high score in the university's written exam later. After finishing the written exam, Xia Rui and her best friend gathered at their favorite cafe to see her written exam graduation announcement. Unfortunately, Xia Rui again failed to pass the written university entrance exam this time, so she and Nan Xi became very sad because this meant that she had to go abroad. However, they are determined to be able to convince Xia Rui's mother that she can build her career without having to study abroad. The next day, Nan Xi and Xia Rui prepared a presentation about Xia Rui's career plans for the next few years. They are looking for alternative courses or certified courses supporting her passion. After finishing their presentation, Xia Rui and Nan Xi immediately went to see Xia Rui's mother explain all the career plans they had prepared. At first, she seemed skeptical and rejected their idea before delivering their presentation. However, Xia Rui slowly tries to convince her mother by showing all the structures and plans they have made to support her career over the next few years. The next day, Xia Rui and Nan Xi said goodbye to their respective parents to go to Binhai City, where Nan Xi's university was located. After arriving in Binhai, Nan Xi was already very popular among the other freshmen because of his good looks and intelligence. After that, Xia Rui escorted him to the university dormitory room that would be his residence during his studies. However, after seeing that the conditions in the male dormitory were very crowded, they decided to rent a rented house close to the campus area and affordable. They were helped by Xia Rui's uncle, Wang, who lived in the city. After looking for a rental house that suits Nan Xi's wishes and budget, they finally found a minimalist house that is very comfortable and suitable for him to study in peace. The next day, Xia Rui helped Nan Xi to pack up his things and decorate the house together. Nan Xi and Xia Rui would see each other every day after he came home from campus, while she would study for the university entrance exams the following year. One day, Nan Xi gave Xia Rui a gift in the form of a painting depicting their meeting before he finally expressed his feelings to her. Hearing Nan Xi's confession, Xia Rui, who likes him, immediately accepts him, and they are officially dating. A few days later, when Xia Rui was studying at a cafe, she accidentally met the cafe owner from her high school. The cafe owner named Boss Yi offered her to work as a barista at his cafe for a while. After Xia Rui signed the employment contract, she was suddenly called by her friend to return to the dormitory as soon as the gates were closed. And even though she was already running fast, she was still late to get into the dormitory, so she decided to stay for one night at Nan Xi's house. The next day Xia Rui had her first day as a barista, and she decided to stay with Nan Xi because of the cafe's work schedule that lasted until the evening. After that, they continued to live their own lives while supporting each other. One day, Xia Rui got information from her coworker that soon there would be a barista competition held by a big company, and she decided to participate. After several days of various competition challenges, Xia Rui finally made it into the top 10, but she failed to pass in the final round. However, one of the judges who saw Xia Rui's potential came to her and offered her to work as a barista at a famous cafe in Italy to have more opportunities to learn to be a professional barista there. Then she refused the offer because she had previously promised her mother to develop a career in China, even though she wanted the offer. Nan Xi heard the conversation and realized she wanted to take the opportunity. Nan Xi tries to persuade Xia Rui to accept the offer to study in Italy by saying he will go there with her. He plans to participate in a scholarship program to Italy which will be awarded to the winner of a design project competition. The next day, Xia Rui began to learn Italian little by little, while Nan Xi tried to finish a project that he would submit to a project design competition held by the university. In this project, Nan Xi made a design he created himself by creating wood carvings and acrylic liquid. After completing each part of his project every day, Nan Xi could win the competition and took first place with his masterpiece. However, the day before Nan Xi was able to publish his work, the competition judges suspected that his work was the result of plagiarism from a design in a magazine. Nan Xi looked confused because the design he proposed in the competition resulted from an original work he created himself. After investigating with his friends, he finally discovered that the person who had framed him was one of his college friends who were jealous of his success. After knowing this, Nan Xi decided not to report his friend to the campus because he didn't want him to experience the same thing that he had experienced in the past, which was being ostracized for one mistake. After that, he informed the competition so that he could be cleared of all false accusations. After he was proven not to have plagiarized, Nan Xi gave a speech about his victory in the competition. He thanked everyone, especially his girlfriend who had helped him win the competition. The next day, Nan Xi and his girlfriend went to Italy together to carry out their studies together and achieve their dreams. 3 years later, Xia Rui and Nan Xi returned to China to meet with their friends to celebrate graduation. The moral that can be learned from this movie is to maximize every opportunity that is available to us and not give up on the failures we have experienced before.